he's not the new kid on the block anymore. Joey McIntyre first came on the scene as a member of New Kids on the Block when he was only 12 years old. And now 40 years later, he's expanding his solo career with his new project called Freedom. And he's bringing the Freedom Tour Phase 1 to Dallas. Joey joins us now with more on what freedom means to him. Hi, Joey. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
I have long wanted to interview you, so this is truly my honor. And I'm certain back 40 years ago, it was hard being kind of thrown into the spotlight at such an early age. What would you say was kind of the most difficult part of your journey as a member of New Kids on the Block?
Dealing with Donnie Wahlberg. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's my bestie. No, I was from one town over, so all the other kids grew up with each other. So I was literally the new kid on the block in New Kids on the Block. So, it was woe is me. That is part of my story. But we were kind of lucky to somehow come together. We had great parents, working class parents from Boston, and we just wanted to try to shock the world, and it happened for us, and we still have so much fun together.
Yeah, so you were the youngest. You were also the last one that was joined the band, and it's interesting to hear, looking back on that, some of the challenges that you did go through. It's only to be expected. But now let's kind of move into present day. You've got a new project, and of course, you've got the album and the Freedom Tour Phase 1. Why do you call it Freedom? I read that it was loosely autobiographical. What does it mean to you?
Freedom is a big word, right? Especially, for all of history, and it means different things for different people. But it's more about personal freedom. I think we can all, it's about kind of taking our own freedom in our hands, and that could be, carving out, making that garden in your backyard you always wanted to, or taking a walk, or jumping into a really challenging, project, or just really, it's about carving your own path and having your own autonomy, and whether that's and it doesn't mean gratitude or abundance can be overwhelming as well,
right? And
so taking a break from that stuff takes a choice. So I'm kind of speaking to that kind of freedom.
I think that's a really important point, because freedom can be in and of itself pretty overwhelming. But when it came to actually making the album, did you collaborate with anybody? Who did you kind of lean on for advice?
Me and my writing partner, Sean Thomas. He's much, much younger than I am, but I guess I must be still, cool enough to hang out with and write some songs. So we wrote 10 songs, and it's a great album. It's something I'm proud of, and to finish the project and feel like it's complete and I didn't leave anything behind is a nice feeling. And now we're bringing it on the road and going to be in Dallas Saturday. So I'm super excited to kind of bring the album to life in person.
Well, you will never lose that cool card. You are definitely still cool, and you're still rocking. And so we are also really excited to have you come to Dallas this weekend with the Freedom Tour. What can fans expect from the solo show?
Well, my last solo tour was just me, and there was 4 of us in a Sprinter van. And now I have the Sprinter van plus a huge truck behind me, because I'm bringing my own stage and my own lighting, and it's much more ambitious, kind of a bigger show. So a few more headaches on my end, but hopefully all the more spectacular in person.
All right, well, from being back with the group, being back with New Kids, going solo, I should say, starting solo, and now you're going to be heading back with New Kids for a Las Vegas residency tour that's coming up with New Kids on the Block this summer. Oh my gosh, you're going to be in Vegas. How does that feel?
Well, we've been very, very lucky to be, back touring, doing amazing tours the last 10, 15 years. But Vegas was still on the table. And Vegas is kind of like the music mecca now. And we're going to be able to have all the bells and whistles to build the show of our dreams. And we're already obviously building that. And we're in the stages of looking at the drawings and the schemes and everything, and it's pretty spectacular on paper, and it's going to be a fun time.
And
It
what
starts
an
in June.
honor. I mean, the
Yeah.
people and the acts that have come before you on these Vegas shows is so spectacular, and to be a part of that,
Yeah.
you know, that legendary lineup of different acts, it's got to
Yeah.
be so exciting. All right, so give us a little bit of a sneak peek. Let's stay on Vegas for a second. What can people expect from the Vegas shows?
Well, you know, obviously we have a ton of history. Like I said, we love putting tours together, and you know, to not have to pack it up on trucks, you know, is just stay there and do everything we can. I mean, there's things that we've been kind of holding off on for years and years, and now it feels like we're going to be able to, you know, do all those things we wanted to do, and it's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be a blast. Is your family fired up as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, as I say that the rock star credits don't transfer to being a dad. I still come down in the morning and they give me attitude. But yeah, they think I'm a pretty cool, I guess, from time to time.
I think you're pretty cool all the time. Thank you, Jerry McIntyre, for the Freedom Tour Phase 1. We'll stop at the studio at the Factory in Dallas this Saturday, April 5th. You can get tickets online at joeymcintyre.com.